Hello there guys, Darryl Griffiths here. Welcome to my latest video film review. Hope you've all been very well. Today, I'll be tackling the latest film from director Denis Villeneuve, the man behind the likes of Prisoners, Enemy and Sicario. It is the science fictioner Arrival. Now, when the first trailer dropped for this film, it did scream conventional and run-of-the-mill for all the star power that it possesses. And the posters, I instantly thought of Terry's Chocolate Orange, as many other people noticed. But don't be fooled by this film's marketing. There is so much more going on underneath the narrative here, and it is a rich narrative. I'm going to dissect it ever so slightly as not to spoil it for you guys. So, the basic premise of it. Dr. Louise Banks, played by Amy Adams, is a linguistics professor whose expertise are incorporated into a military operation along with physicist Ian Donnelly, played by Jeremy Renner. Colonel Webber, who is Forest Whitaker's character, leads the operation, and Donnelly and Banks, it's the classic tussle. He believes that the cornerstone of civilization is through science, while Banks believes it is through language. Now, they are dealing with 12 mysterious spacecraft that are scattered across the world, and we don't know why they're here. Do they come in peace, or are they a genuine threat to human civilization? And Banks and Donnelly, through very much a trial and error process, look at different ways in trying to understand their language and interact with them and try to come to a common ground and figure out why they have taken refuge on Earth. And that is the basic crux of it. Arrival. There's so much I want to say about this film, and I hope it comes across as remotely coherent. Arrival, for me, is a lyrical, poetic, cinematic beacon of hope and unity in a modern world which is very disillusioned and fractured. And Villeneuve's direction, the reason why I've always loved Villeneuve as a director, he's very clinical and he's very surgical in how he presents his subject matters. There was the social and political resonance that Sicario had. It's very much evident here. The political superpowers, as they're called, how they can influence the lesser countries of this world in taking action against things that they don't necessarily understand, or they're very oblivious to, or are just plain ignorant and don't want to try and understand the thought processes behind these beings or humans. You can read this however which way you like. Mixed race, gay people, transgender, we could go on, and trying to come to a common ground and try and learn about how we think. And Villeneuve's direction very much complements the characters in this film's state of minds. When the military operation is very much in full flow, it's very narrow-minded, and it's very tight, it's very taut, and they don't quite know how to deal with things. But when Louise Banks and Ian Donnelly are in the frame, it's very freeing, it's very spacious, it's very open, and there's a real beauty that comes across within the film. And another part or aspect of Villeneuve's direction, which I've always liked, is that he's always able to unearth the beauty in the most desaturated and perhaps dull-looking visual palettes. And he does it very much here, and there's such a rapturous beauty that comes across. And the score by Johan Johansson, who did provide the score for Sicario, the sense of dread and unnerving quality that he brings to the film as he anchors, particularly the scenes where Donnelly and Banks are interacting with these alien beings, they are so tense. The low-angle shots of Villeneuve as they're certainly going up, and it's just so compelling. And the performances, I mean, Jeremy Renner is very effective as physicist Ian Donnelly. Whitaker is very stern in his looks, and he's tough to compromise with as a character. But this is the Amy Adams show for me. Her performance as Louise Banks is so stunning in its subtlety. The anguish, the joy that is etched sometimes across her face is palpable. And it's just, I mean, for some reason, I don't feel like Amy Adams gets the appreciation that she deserves as an actress. She has been so consistent for such a long period of time but I just don't feel that she gets the recognition that she deserves. And again, Arrival is another stunning showing that I really hope she finally gets some proper attention. But the film, I mean, it represents so much about the world right now. It really does, I think. And how we think as people. I mean, sometimes in things that we say, we don't appreciate the significance of straight away. Like, we can like at night, we can overanalyze every detail of our lives, and in a very philosophical way. And you don't really appreciate the significance of something after maybe a day, or a week, or a month, or even years in time. And I think that's what Arrival represents. I think for like all the progress that we sometimes make, I think there's a particular shot in the film that I think represents it entirely in what Arrival represents as a film. It is a cinematic beacon of hope and unity for sure. It's stunning. There is a panoramic shot as we first see one of the space vessels, and it pans around, and then it slips back into the military base where the likes of Banks, Donnelly and Webber are all situated. And I believe that it represents, in a way, the steep learning curve that we as humans sometimes still need to do. We need to understand that we're not all going to be the same, but we can all find a common ground in a way. And whether it's sexuality, race, we could go on. I think it represents so much of what we need to do in a time where we're so at odds with each other. And within the last 15 minutes of Arrival, and the twist is incredible, I was weeping. The emotional hook that it digs into you, it comes when you least expect it. And it is anchored beautifully by the performances. And there's a particular piece of music by Max Richter, who is a wonderful composer, and he's done the likes of HBO's The Leftovers, which is not the first time I've mentioned this in my videos. It is a stunning show, but there is a piece of music that is used that just takes it over the top. It is overwhelming, it is rapturous, it is potent, it's profound, it's just incredible as an experience. And Arrival, I think in years to come, I think you'll recognise this as a real great of the genre. I think it solidifies why Villeneuve is one of the most consistently brilliant directors right now. I think it's a great audition for what's coming next, because he's doing Blade Runner, of course, the sequel, with Harrison Ford and now Ryan Gosling. But Arrival is one of the most incredible cinematic experiences that I've had this year. It really took my breath away when you least expected it, and I really hope I've done it justice in this video review. Once again, don't be fooled by the trailer. Don't think this is something wholly predictable. This is brimming with purpose, and it is superior in thought, and it is just stunning. So please go watch Arrival. I am pleading, and I don't plead often. But that is a wrap on my video review of Arrival. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you can do so below. That would mean a great deal. Thank you very much for keep checking these out. Filmoria, I just want to take a quick shout out to you guys who've supported Filmoria since its revival on Facebook and Twitter. We're really trying to keep on top of everything within the film world, and trying to get loads of reviews and features and our own YouTube channel going as well. So be sure to stay tuned with that. But I really do thank you very much on behalf of the team on how well received or you've made us in recent weeks. So thank you very much. But that is a wrap. I've been Darryl Griffiths. My next video review will likely to be Fantastic Beasts, the Harry Potter spin-off starring Eddie Redmayne. I hope you can tune in for that. But for now, take care, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, guys.